Good morning. Today we're doing an introduction to Lightwork. And the Lightwork I'm going to introduce you to is a specific brand that my friend Karen Winter practices regularly, that I have the honor to help her with occasionally. And so Lightwork is a pretty broad topic, and this is an introductory discussion for people that may not be sure of what it is or how it works for them and may have an interest in it. And so Lightwork is essentially, it's an intentional practice where you're seeing light, visualizing light, sensualizing light, and either adding it to something, or you're running it through a series of points like a grid, or like between two people, or within your own energy fields or nervous system. Karen and I have been doing Lightwork for over 11 years, and the results are really good. If you're new to Lightwork, you can expect everything from a mild sensation, something very subtle, to something that's positively miraculous or sometimes ecstatic. And one of the tricks is to not get too caught up in it. You're supposed to find the practice that fits for the moment or the practice that fits for right now. And so first thing I'm going to do is go through, I'm going to do what Lightwork actually does. And for this, I'm going to go to the glasses to see if I can get this right. In its best expression, Lightwork can affect spirit. It can affect your energy fields and how they flow. It can affect your emotional states and your well-being. It can calm and clear the mind. It can heal and tone your physical nervous system. It all boils down to what it feels like for you in any one given moment and how it's working for you. So for Karen, sometimes Lightwork is like an urge, or it's like something that she feels like she has to do, like a mild compulsion, or sometimes it's a spiritual calling, where if it's a detailed thing. But we're going to start with some very simple ones that she and I have worked through in the past. And your job to see if you're a future Lightworker or if you're a real Lightworker is A, to see how does this treat me in the moment, B, does this have value for me, and C, should I be doing this? And so the first one is a classic, it's clear white light. And I usually visualize this as a column form, and so it comes down, and this is me running it. And it feels gentle, and it feels calming, and it feels like I'm connecting to spirit. And that's my expression. Your expression gets to be your own in any one given moment. All of these practices that I'm going to introduce today as an introduction are for you to play with and test, and either see if you already use these or if you need a version of this. The second is a deep blue wave. And so if you picture a North Atlantic Ocean swell that's the most beautiful blue that includes depth. So it's just plain, beautiful, deep blue. And it washes across you. And it's rhythmic. It feels like a wave, maybe like the shores of, maybe like the waves crashing up against the islands of Scotland or Iceland or Greenland. Yes, that's the feel of it. And so as this feel comes through you, you figure out, what is this doing for me in this moment? Is it calming? Is it relaxing? Is it something I don't need and therefore I can let it go? The third one we're going to introduce you to is a variation of translucent burnt orange. So think of a very light orange that light can come through. And yes, once again, it's a beautiful light. And we're going to do this as either a belt, something you'd strap across your waist with maybe a big blazing sun or star or emblem in the middle of it, or perhaps a chain or a sash of light. Yes, any of those. And so whichever of those works for you, and now I'm not going to say what it's doing for me, but you, as you breathe into that light and feel it pulsate and feel it interacting with you, the question is, what is it doing for you? And then as something to invite you to play with, we're going to do a standard practice for clearing, for aligning, for protection, generally to create a bubble where you are safe in your own energy and you might be a little protected from others. And so I usually use any number of these 7, but when I'm looking for max protection or max connection, I'll often do these 7 spheres as a little bit of a meditation and as a way to get my brain into the right spot. The first is clear white light as a sphere around you. and then electric white light, and then cobalt blue, and then rose quartz or pink, gold, light infused gold, violet, or amethyst. And the last is shimmering rainbows. And so shimmering rainbows make you smile, all the better. Life is good. Each of those have a specific, have generalized meanings and uses, and each of those can be completely individual for whatever moment you're in. And so if you need to practice your intentional skills, or if you want to practice running light, see these spheres and either create them inward or outward. See them pulsate, see them swirl, see them activate. Whatever they're supposed to do. So remember, the light work is best when you can see it clearly, have an intuitive sense of what it needs to be, and then ask, what does it want to do? Does it want to flow through my system? So I mentioned the energy fields before. You can circle them, you can spin them in your chakras, you can flow them through your meridians, you can let your aura just light up with whatever color you're interested in. There you have it. And I look forward to the work that Karin's going to do in the future. I look forward to the ways that the light work will help me and help others. And if we're lucky, it might help make the world a little better place. Peace.